Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to talk about the Clinton investigation. With information flooding from multiple sources, it's going to be pretty easy to get confused and to get distracted. So, what I did was I gathered information from multiple sources, credible sources, and I consolidated all that information into one, and I'm going to explain you about what happened with the FBI investigation and what is happening now. So, as you know already, there are two investigations that are happening simultaneously. One is the investigation in the Clinton Foundation, and the subject of that investigation is pay to play. And this investigation is done by the FBI from four different branches: Washington, New York, LA, and Little Rock. And the Clintons' private email server is the other investigation, and that investigation was headed by Mr. James Comey. And Mr. James Comey had closed that investigation by mid of 2016, stating that there is no evidence of intent to mishandle the classified information. And he has reopened that case about a week back because he found new emails from Anthony Weiner's laptop, right? So that's the state now. So let me just explain you what has happened over the past 1 year. So let me start with the Clinton Foundation investigation. So the Clinton Foundation investigation was under discussion between the FBI and the Department of Justice for over the past 1 year. It doesn't mean that the investigation was actively performed by the FBI, but rather the FBI officers are seeking out for evidence, strong evidence, to show to the Department of Justice to gain their approval to proceed with an investigation in the Clinton Foundation. So by the end of 2015, there was an agreement that was made between the FBI and the Department of Justice that if the FBI is going to take any major steps into the Clintons investigation, then they got to discuss with the Department of Justice before taking that step, right? So the relationship between the Department of Justice and the FBI started declining from February 2016. By February 2016, the agents investigating the Clinton Foundation did a presentation of the evidence that they have gathered in the Clinton Foundation with the Department of Justice and the public integrity prosecutors. But post the discussion, the public integrity prosecutors thought that the evidence that was presented is weak to proceed with an investigation into the Clinton Foundation. And on top of it, the Department of Justice had told to the FBI agents from these four branches to stand down from this investigation. And then there were a few more evidences that came up via two confidential informants, and there was a secret recording of a testimony made by a suspect in a public corruption case. So these two evidences were pointing towards the Clinton Foundation. And the Department of Justice had turned down the agents from proceeding with an investigation with these evidences. So this made the FBI agents furious on the Department of Justice. And there was a lot of back and forth conversations between these two departments. So by around August 2016, Robert Capers, the US Attorney of the Eastern District of New York, was reportedly to have said to the Department of Justice that the FBI agents from New York are not gonna let this case off, this the Clinton Foundation case off. So who is heading the New York department? Do you remember the video that I posted by August 2016? So the investigation from New York is headed by Mr.Preet Bharara. And Preet Bharara is known as the crusading prosecutor in the United States. He has prosecuted more than 100 Wall Street executives. And he has prosecuted even the powerful politicians, even when they are on power. So let me just run through that video that I posted by August 2016 so that you get an idea about who this guy, Preet Bharara, is. Breaking news: Clinton Foundation is under a joint investigation by the FBI and the US Attorney of the Southern District of New York. This investigation that I'm talking about now is not going to be the same as the ones that has happened before. The reason why it is not going to be the same is because of the person, Preet Bharara, and he is the Attorney General of the Southern District of New York. Preet is known for indicting the crimes done by high-profile criminals. He has indicted close to 100 Wall Street executives. And now, Preet is getting into the Clinton Foundation.
Greed sometimes is not good.
Taking down the Gordon Geckos of Wall Street, Preet Bharara is making quite a name for himself as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York.
From the standpoint of Wall Street traders who are thinking of crossing the line, they should view him as not just a sheriff, but Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal.
In less than 2 years, 49 people charged with insider trading, 44 convicted, and 8 sentenced. It's his aggressive tactics that have people talking.
Sending a shiver through Wall Street. People are afraid to talk on their phones now or to text messages. It had the desired effect.
It's Mr. Preet who subpoenaed Anthony Weiner's laptop. It's the aggression of Mr. Preet's team that was a constant headache to the Department of Justice. To those liberals who think that this investigation is a political drama done by the Republicans, you have to know that Mr. Preet is not a Republican. He is a Democrat. By September 2016, the FBI agents investigating the Clinton Foundation had reached out to the Department of Justice in the Eastern District of New York to gain access to some emails that were present in a non-government system. But then the Department of Justice in the Eastern District of New York had denied that request. But then later on, those emails were provided to the FBI agents with limited access. By saying limited access, what I mean is the FBI agents can only perform the investigation on those emails only from the perspective of whether any classified information is mishandled or not. But the Clinton Foundation investigation is not about mishandling classified information. So the FBI agents were pretty agitated. So until September 2016, the emails related to the Clinton Foundation is not revealed to these FBI agents. And every attempt to gain access to those Clinton Foundation emails were blocked by the Department of Justice. So during this heat moment came Wikileaks in October. Wikileaks had released a lot of emails related to Clinton Foundation that are pretty damaging to the Clintons. So those FBI agents who were blocked by the Department of Justice from gaining access to the Clinton Foundation emails got those emails from Wikileaks. And the Wikileaks emails were devastating. And there were a lot of evidences which shows pay to play. And the Department of Justice no more has a point to state that there is no evidence to start an investigation to the Clinton Foundation. Everything goes into a chaos. October, week by week, WikiLeaks have pumped in new emails. And it was WikiLeaks which broke the barrier that was laid by the Department of Justice for the FBI agents to proceed with the Clinton Foundation investigation. So these agents had been interviewing a lot of people regarding the Clinton Foundation. And as and when the WikiLeaks pumps in the emails, they just re-interview those people whom they have interviewed before to check the consistency of the information, whatever that they have said before and whatever that they are going to say next. And things have become pretty hot now. By August 2016, I know that there is something extraordinary that's going to happen in the Clinton Foundation investigation, because the investigation is headed by Preet Bharara, the crusading prosecutor of the United States. So far, whatever that I have told you is the fact. And now I'm just going to tell you my opinion about why James Comey could have opened this case. To be frank with you, James Comey's investigation is nothing, because James Comey is investigating the symptom. What I mean is, the Clintons' private email server is just a mere symptom, and the cause of that symptom is the Clinton Foundation. So what is that Clinton Foundation? The Clintons have been using this foundation to receive money from foreign donors in expectation for favors. So if you are a billionaire and if you want some favor, then you can donate to the Clinton Foundation and the Clintons would do the favor for you. And the favor can also be destabilizing a nation. Because pay to play is illegal, the Clintons do not want to get caught by means of communicating regarding the Clinton Foundation using the state.gov account. So they set up a different email server for their communication purpose. And using that private email server, she tried to bypass her communications from being monitored by the investigators. So James Comey is investigating that symptom, which is nothing. And all the media, the mainstream media, is just focusing on mishandling of classified information, which is nothing. But the main area, the cause of that symptom, that is the Clinton Foundation, is the central region to be seen. And a lot of people are getting distracted, even liberals are getting distracted from focusing on the Clinton Foundation investigation. And because that investigation is taken up by some real patriot like Preet Bharara, things have gotten serious now. And James Comey, I don't trust James Comey because James Comey already lost his reputation. I don't believe that he is an honest guy. He is trying to save his ass because he would have got information around the Clinton Foundation investigation and seemingly it is getting towards indictment. And if Clinton is indicted, she is not going to be the president next. And if she is not going to be the president next, is going to be Donald Trump. And remember what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said about investigating the investigation. And James Comey is running the hell out of his place to save his ass. So over the past 1 year, you can see that those people who tried to help Clintons were muddied and they were fired. Wikileaks has exposed everyone. So James Comey is afraid that he may be exposed next in the Wikileaks and he may end up in a problem. So he's trying to save his ass, is what I can say. He's not an honest individual, still I believe. He's just a bureaucrat. And that's what a bureaucrat would do. Alright, so let's hope, let's see. It's just a matter of time. If you get time, you can watch my video that I posted by around August about Preet Bharara and his investigation so that you can get a better picture about who Preet Bharara is. See you then. Goodbye.